that time of day again. This video might be a little bit more boring than the last few, but it's definitely one that all electricians and customers should have a look at, because it again identifies the reasons why you should have your properties inspected and tested electrically every 5 to 10 years. So grab a coffee and let's get into it. So after a very productive morning, getting all my quotes done, invoicing up to date, loads of timesheets to get through, projects, profit and loss, start of the month sort of stuff, it's time to have a little bit of a break and we're going to do a bit of learning. For those of you that saw yesterday's video, you'll have seen that we had an incident with a shower yesterday where the cable tested out faulty, causing us a massive headache at 6 o'clock. So we managed to replace the cable. I've got the damaged bit of cable just down here, so we're going to have a look at that now and see if we can get to the bottom of why it's faulty. So this is the bit of cable. It's a length of 10mm 6242Y standard domestic cable for showers. Approximately 6 meters of it, and there is no visible damage apart from the odd scuff on the outside. Nothing too bad. Nothing like wrestling with a bit of 10mm. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this end of the cable, see if we can replicate the fault that we found yesterday. Now, this was installed into a 16th edition consumer unit, which means there was only RCD protection on the sockets. The shower wasn't RCD protected at the time, so this fault would not have been picked up by an older style consumer unit, so it's probably been like this for quite some time. The newer style dual RCD boards or the RCBO boards would have picked this up because they monitor both the line and the neutral conductors. So yeah, we'll give it a test. We'll do it live, line to earth first. We've got it set to insulation resistance, 500 volts. Clear. So line to earth, completely clear. Line to neutral. Completely clear. Neutral to earth, which is where we had the problem yesterday. You can hear that's finding something straight away. So we've got 0.049 megohms, which is not far off, a dead short between these two cores. So we'll do a quick continuity test, see if there is any direct continuity between the cores, and there's not. So it is an insulation fault somewhere. We'll just retest it, and the fault's still present. So there's definitely a breakdown or some kind of damage inside this cable. So I'm going to split the cable in half now, see if we can find which section the fault's on. Split the cable open and see if we can find it. So I'm going to leave this end connected to the tester. I'm going to find a place about halfway, which is about there. Trusty cutters, cut the cable halfway and retest. So the fault is now cleared. So on that first section of cable, that is not the faulty bit. Get rid of it. So we'll retest this secondary bit of cable. So again, we'll go neutral to earth. And it's still very much there. I can hear the tester struggling. So I'm going to strip this bit of cable down now and see if I can find where the fault is. So as we come along the cable, it's all looking good until we get to this bit here, and you can see, if the camera will focus, that inside it's been deteriorating and burning, which isn't very good at all. Be a bit careful with this. Look at that. That is completely frazzled. We'll have a look on the outside of the cable to see if there is any notable damage on the PVC outer sheathing. So this is the outer sheathing. The tear in it here and where it's slightly white is where I've been pulling it back. But as you can see, that is where the fault has started to develop inside the cable. There is a little tiny mark here which I'm starting to see. You wouldn't really see that if you were out on site. And it is raised slightly, so we'll strip it back a little bit more and see what that's hiding. So you can see inside the PVC sheath there is all the burnt bit of neutral and earth conductor. We'll get rid of this altogether, that's gone. And that there is where it's been burning inside the cable. And that has been a fire waiting to happen. So that just goes to show you why you should have your electrics tested every 5 to 10 years, because although something may look alright on the outside, on the inside it's a fire waiting to happen.